Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Quirkless Gaming. I'm your host, Zelly, and I am going to be flying this episode solo today. Our co-host Harold is on a long overdue vacation, visiting his family out in New York. So, I don't know if this video is ever going to reach out that far, or if he shared it to his friends and family out there. But if you're tuning in today, and you happen to see him, go ahead and send him my best regards and tell him much love. Alrighty guys, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and the bell icon. That way you are notified each time we post a new video. If this video does help you out in any way, please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment below on what you enjoyed the most. Now, before this video gets too far, I do need to say that I myself am not a pro player by any means. I play this game strictly to have fun, but with a KDR of 0.99, I feel I can hold myself in most games that I play. Now, today's video will be centered around reviewing the MP7 and the attachments that I think work best for me and my style of gameplay. In the past, I've used an MP5, and I just recently started using this gun. I really enjoy its faster fire rate. Obviously, you do lose a bit of damage switching from the MP5 to the MP7, but to me, it was worth it. I did quite enjoy the switch up, and so far I've been doing pretty good with it, so I wanted to share with you the attachments. So starting out, we have got the 5 MW laser. So you get a plus for hip fire, plus for sprint to fire speed, but then you lose, the enemies are able to see the laser, which to me wasn't a fair enough sacrifice. I didn't mind, losing out on that they're able to see the laser. With the two positives you get. For me especially, I'm not really big on aiming. I played Apex Legends a lot, and they talk about not aiming as much because it slows down your movement speed as you're aiming. So I really am big on hip fire, and so with this laser it does increase that hip fire, so I can just run around, pull the trigger, and not really have to worry about making sure my sights are on, or I'm aiming down the sight, or anything like that. So I really do enjoy this attachment. It definitely helps me out with that fast-paced playing style. Overall, I think this gun does absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm not the best player in the world, so you are going to see quite a few deaths, maybe a few kills here and there, but for me, if I'm not like that top of a player, and I think this gun works really well for me, I think it would work well for anybody. So I think this would be a good first gun to start out with. Well, obviously you can't start out with it, you have to unlock it, but later down the line, once you unlock it, I think it'd be a good gun to incorporate into your arsenal. So for the second attachment, it is the Viper reflex sight. So I mean, the plus is the precision sight picture, and then the cons are the aim down sight speed. So a lot of the YouTubers I see, they don't really use sights a whole lot. I think it has to do with, that aim down sight speed. A lot of people don't really like to sacrifice that in such a fast-paced game. With the sight or without, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Like I'm still able to, quickly aim down my sights, get the kills I need to, in and out super quick. I just like the fact of having a reticle on there, that little dot just helps a little extra bit when you're, for me personally, when you are making those kills. And like I said, guys, this is the top class for MP7 that's worked for me so far. I'm not saying this is like the best one all around. If you've got something different, definitely feel free to let me know what works best for you. I'd love to check it out and see what else there is, out there to offer for this gun. But like I said, this is what works best for me. And honestly, I'm willing to sacrifice a little aim down sight speed just to have that sight with a reticle on it, so I am able to get those precision kills. Alrighty, so up next for attachments, we have the 60 round mag. Obviously, it increases the magazine ammo capacity. It does give you two cons, movement speed as well as aim down sight speed. So now I've got two things taking away from the aim down sight speed. Again, not too big of a deal for me, especially since I play hip fire so much. With that laser and that increase for hip fire accuracy, that does help with the style that I play. I like the increased magazine capacity because I have a tendency to spray a lot with hip firing. So with this, I don't have to reload as consistently. Especially if you do get into those crazy firefights, you kill 1-2 people, you know, you got a third person coming around the corner and you know somebody is there, and you don't really want to have to worry about reloading, and then as they reload, that person comes around and kills you. So for me, this is this attachment I would highly recommend using just for that increased ammo capacity. Next is going to be the PERK foregrip, which gives you a plus for recoil control, hip fire accuracy, another one. You lose aim, walking movement speed, and aim down sight speed. So now I've got 3 cons for aim down sight speed, and it slows down the movement speed while you're aiming. But again, like I mentioned, the playstyle I play with a lot of hip fire accuracy. I'm not really focused on aiming down the sight and moving while doing that. I mean, it does happen quite a bit when I am aiming, but it's normally those quick in and out spurts. So to me, it's a sacrifice that's worth it. But this attachment increases the hip fire accuracy, which is the style that I know I keep saying it, but that's the style I like to play, so it works well for me. Now, with the second pro on this attachment being recoil control, I think that alone is what helps take this gun to the next level of being an ultimate weapon. You know, with our attachments, we have the sight, we have the extended mag, we have the laser so far. And, you know, those are awesome attachments. They help with that hip fire accuracy. They help with being able to see enemies downrange. They help with having that extra ammunition when you do get into those 2-on-1, 3-on-1 situations, so you are better equipped to win those battles. But this alone, I think, is really what takes us a step further. You know, all around this gun is pretty versatile, but this attachment definitely helps the gun smack even more. You know, you can switch this over to a semi-auto fire or even leave it full auto. With this attachment and the recoil control, you're not going to see that barrel rise every time you pull the trigger. So you are able to start picking enemies off at a distance. You know, personally, when I play on Crash and you have people sniping on top of the restaurant, I can just lay on the ground, aim at them as soon as they poke their head up, and just pick them off by myself without having to even get that close. That is always a nice feature to have, especially having it on a gun where you can switch from close quarter combat to fighting at a distance. This attachment is definitely a plus in my book, and I would for sure recommend it. Alrighty, perfect. Up next for attachments, I always recommend this one. It is the full metal jacket for that bullet penetration, which is giving you that extra damage. You know, I don't see a whole lot of YouTubers really recommending this one. It always kind of confuses me. I mean, if they're after that super fast play style, especially on, you know, maps like this Shipment where things are getting super crazy, I can see why they're looking for something that's got more aim down sight speed, recoil control, hip accuracy, things like that. But to not get a perk that, you know, increases your damage, to me, it doesn't make sense to me. But again, this is what works best for me. Maybe it works best for somebody else not to have that. They'd rather put on another attachment for something else maybe that they want. But to me, this is always a go-to. You will always see this on all of my classes as I unlock them. You know, there are quite a bit of things I haven't unlocked since I am a newer player. You know, I haven't even hit level 100 yet. I just play this in my free time just for having fun. But for all the main classes that I do use, Full Metal Jacket is on all of them. I'll always recommend that. So, you know, as I continue doing these videos, you will continue to see more of those attachments, and that's always going to be on. To me, you know, that fast-paced play style, or that fast-paced play style, and the hip-fire style play that I like to do, having a perk that increases the damage output is a huge bonus to me. You know, I can spray a couple shots, hit somebody and kill them, and then with that 60-round magazine that I have, I don't have to worry about reloading for quite some time. I also do have it's the stopping power is what it's called, I believe, the L1R1, that magazine that has those stopping power rounds in it. I've got that attached to for some extra power, but yeah, so this is, I figured that'd be a perfect way to go ahead and end that video there with that little victory and getting those kills. But yeah, this is, oh, and then here is the play of the game. This is where I got those 3 kills, you know, back to back, and that hip fire right there. You know, that's what like I said, that's the style that I like to play. It works for me, man. So overall, this is for the MP7. These are all the attachments that I have for it. What I recommend is the class that works best for me. Again, something may work different for you. If it does, leave a comment below. Let me know what attachments you use or another gun tutorial you would like for me to do. With that being said, guys, we are going to wrap up this video. But before we go, I just want to tell you again, if you have not already, you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon. That way you do receive notifications each time we go live. Also, if this video did help you in any way, you learned something new, or it was just fun all around, be sure to hit that like button as well. So everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in. It means the world to us. We're excited to watch this channel grow. So remember, go beyond, plus ultra. Much love.